Hi, my name is Zom. I'm a high school student and a certified ethical hacker. Today's episode, what is the future of getting hacked? Well, ChatGPT will become sentient and enforce its rules on mankind based off of the web scraping of Twitter and Reddit. So basically, there is no future. We are all doomed. Okay, this is an exaggeration, although it's a scary possibility, but I can assure you, you will be hacked by AI. That's right. Your ears do not deceive you. The buzzword to end all buzzwords. The solution to every single problem you have. Something that must be implemented in every corporate product, whether consumers want it or not. Two words that mean so little, yet so much. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is like the boogeyman of the cybersecurity world. If cybersecurity professionals lived in a village instead of a $1 million wood hut in San Francisco, AI would poison the well and steal the sheep at night. So, why does artificial intelligence give cybersecurity professionals the chills? Well, it's because AI is going to be in everything. There's so much potential for AI to bring great improvements to life, but also great harm. It's evolving so fast, and maybe too fast, because there's so little regulation to all of this new AI being brought into our daily lives. And an example of this is when ChatGPT first came out. A Samsung engineer put company IP into ChatGPT to help him code. And this led to a string of regulatory requirements in reaction to such a breach in privacy of company property. But what's crazy is we don't know how long these breaches have been going on for before they were identified and remediated. There's so much sensitive information going into LLMs like ChatGPT, and we don't know how that is going to affect the future of data confidentiality. One thing we can assume is that there's going to be more AI driven attacks. AI will be a tool for hackers and a defense mechanism for cybersecurity experts. Hackers will be able to use AI to automate and enhance their attacks, creating malware that can adapt to different environments and avoid detection. Like, how do you stop a virus that is constantly changing? A polymorphic AI virus could alter itself to avoid detection at every point within a system. So, like right before a polymorphic virus is detected, it can completely change its signature. AI could also generate highly realistic social engineering attacks, such as a phishing attack, and it can manipulate large data sets to find vulnerabilities in systems through these phishing attacks. It can generate text that is nearly identical to human speech and can be specifically made to target your vulnerabilities. So, how can it do this? Well, all those Instagram posts have power. With advanced data aggregation techniques, AI can create personal profiles of targets to succeed in social engineering attacks due to the effectiveness of gathering all this data you've put about yourself online. And it can use all this data to create very targeted exploits targeted to your personal profile of who you are. And this is why there's so many aspects of AI data aggregation that are extremely dangerous and can lead to exploitation. So, for the sake of time, we'll go over one big threat, which is deepfakes. Deepfakes are synthetic media, like photos, videos, or audio, that has been digitally manipulated to create somebody's likeliness in an ultra realistic manner, and it can mimic their appearance and conversation in an extremely believable manner. Hackers can also poison LLMs or large language models to manipulate them into becoming malicious to users. And this can be extremely dangerous as it can create misinformation and target users to create vulnerabilities in their own systems. So, hackers can make AI present incorrect statements to a user and disguise it as a fact, something called AI hallucination. And this can be very advantageous to a hacker, and it can, like, let's say, instruct a user to purposefully misconfigure their system privacy settings. And then these hacked AIs can also be coaxed into making toxic content prone to prompt injection attacks, where It can corrupt data by manipulating it to be used to train an AI model, a technique known as data poisoning. So basically, in short, the data that your AI gets its information from can be poisoned, basically making it so AI or LLM like ChatGPT is drawing poisoned water from the well. That's the best analogy I can give. The next risk of being hacked in the future comes from interconnectedness. Everything is online now. Everything in your house is connected to Wi Fi. IoT devices or Internet of Things devices are so important because they consist of garage door openers, security cameras, digital locks. And what's more important is all your online accounts are also becoming connected. Do you connect your Spotify account to your Gmail or your Apple ID? One problem with this interconnectedness is that if one account gets hacked, all the other accounts are potentially compromisable. A great example of this, coincidentally, comes from the greatest movie of all time, The Dark Knight. So, what is the Dark Knight attack? In the movie The Dark Knight, Batman uses all the sensors from all the devices in Gotham City to create an illustrative 3D map of the surroundings. So you have to ask yourself, could all the sensors in your phone and your devices be maliciously synced to give attackers detailed information about the things around you? Absolutely. Your phone has so much precise information through location, camera visuals, and audio. It's so precise that when investigating, police forensic agencies can pinpoint your digital location not only to the house you're in, not only to the room you're in, but they know exactly what chair you are sitting on in your room. So these are all crazy possibilities of what can happen once you're hacked. But how will you be hacked in the first place given how strong modern encryption is? Quantum computing. So once fully developed, quantum computers will be able to solve complex mathematical problems much faster than classical computers, and this can potentially break widely used cryptographic algorithms. This could render existing security measures obsolete and force a shift to quantum resistant encryption methods to protect sensitive information. So, what happens in the in between time from modern computers to quantum computers? Well, in the cybersecurity industry, it's generally thought of that such an event could be described by the words absolute mayhem, catastrophe, disaster, or calamity. Because the period of time when quantum computers will be able to break modern day encryption means that we won't have a more advanced quantum encryption method to defend against this. Why? Because offense evolves faster than defense, so defense can only respond or improve in response to offense. So there may be a period in time where quantum encryption is strong enough to break modern day encryption, but it's not strong enough to create encryption methods to defend against itself. And everything is just going to be a complete mess. It would pretty much be the end of digital security as we know it if that comes true. So these are all attacks that can harm individuals, but let's be real, who cares about people? We need to protect America and everything she stands for. So, what is the next generation of international warfare? Well, the first thing is power grid attacks. Because now everything is reliant on electric supply, like all those new cars, electric cars, that are being incentivized for you to purchase. You need to charge those on the electric grid. And the electric grid is so old and it's not designed for the amount of power required nowadays. One example of this is one of the most successful power grid attacks in the world. It was the 2015 Ukraine power grid attack. It was one of the first publicly acknowledged attacks where a digital weapon hit a power grid and caused a power outage. It was attempted again in 2022, but Ukraine was able to narrowly avoid a complete attack. So these are pretty clear examples about how attacks on insecure power grids are a real threat. And it seems like we need electricity to survive because it gives us Netflix and Cybertrucks. However, we forget about something we literally need to survive: water. Attacks on water supplies through cyber attacks is real. It can very much happen. So, what do I mean when I say they attack our water? Oh, by the way, when I mean them, I mean whatever communist country Tom Cruise sets off a bomb in whatever the newest Mission Impossible is. So, how can they attack? Well, they can target SCADA systems or supervisory control and data acquisition systems. These are systems that monitor and control water treatment plants and distribution networks. Many of these systems are outdated and they have weak security measures. So, through a DDoS attack or a distributed denial of service attack, they can shut down infrastructure and block access, disabling critical services such as filtering or distribution of water, which could cause huge public health risks and financial loss. Now, what's something bigger than a huge service like water or electricity going down? What if everything went down? There's no reason to mention Mission Impossible twice in one video, yet they hit it on the nose with the future possibility of an EMP attack. An electromagnetic pulse attack could be used to disable electronic devices and infrastructure. While it's less likely than other forms of cyber attack, an EMP attack could be devastating. It could cause widespread disruptions to power grids, communication networks, and other critical systems. They can have a great use in military application and can be a pivotal technology in the future of warfare, as we can develop all the security measures we want, and all the military equipment, fighter jets, tanks we want. But once electronically disabled, you just have a really expensive paperweight because all these great military inventions rely on electronics to make them work. So taking down all these computer systems is no joke, and ultimately it's human beings affected by these attacks. But what if instead of hacking the machines humans rely on, you could hack the humans? That's right, biological hacking, or biohacking, involves manipulating biological systems for various purposes, usually malicious ones. So in the future, hackers could target biotechnologies like CRISPR-Cas9 to alter genetic information or create harmful biological agents. And if genetic engineering is going to be as powerful in the future as most scientists predict, it could have unimaginable impacts if it was compromised by malicious hackers. And if you want like interesting things to read about or to watch on the future of, let's say, biohacking, you should watch the TV show Black Mirror on Netflix because it explores some like interesting scenarios or thought experiments about DNA hacking and its possible implications. So, lastly, we have bioweapons. So, the military is always developing nastier weapons, and bioweapons seems to be a major threat in the future because advances in biotechnology could create more potent and targeted biological agents. Cyber attacks could be used to steal research or sabotage facilities or even deploy these bioweapons. And these aren't very far out possibilities because we have seen some pretty devastating bioweapons be used in modern times. And some even say that COVID-19 was a bioweapon that escaped the weapons lab. So imagine if you had all these extremely deadly bioweapons being developed in labs, and if they aren't properly digitally secured, these laboratories can be exploited, and who knows what attackers could do with access to those technologies. So if this doesn't scare you, hopefully the rest of the video did. And if it didn't, watch it again. These are my takes on the future of being hacked. And if you want to check out some more scary content, check out the rest of the channel. But don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave this video. Thank you for your time and thank you for